founded by Jesus. And the letter St. Ignatius wrote of Antioch, he wrote...
Is this the one I want? Where's it at? Okay, so you say it's founded by Jesus, right?
Yes.
These are your people right here.
Right. Bring it out.
He's getting burned at the stake by the Christians with a Christian cross in his face.
Right. Are humans.
And look what they're doing to him.
Yes,
this is
I
not
know.
a...
I know, but literally every church has done something wrong. Islam believes terrorism.
Okay, you're right. We don't believe in Islam or that. We believe in the Bible.
That's right.
And so does the Catholic Church.
You believe they do?
Yes.
They believe in this image right here, right?
Right.
This is Jesus in the Catholic Church.
Yes.
Does the Bible say he looked like that?
No.
Then why do they have this picture up?
Bring it out.
Bring it out. It's just a picture, man. A picture doesn't mean that anything.
This picture doesn't mean anything?
It's a picture.
This picture was made to enslave your people.
Right. Bring it out.
What do you mean?
You didn't know that y'all used to be slaves in 1492? The so-called Mexicans and Latinos were taken as slaves by the Christian church under this picture. This is where this picture comes from. Y'all had kings over here ruling the Aztecs. You understand that this was a king birthed at the stake because he wouldn't tell them where more gold was. And he said that he had the authority. This priest right here said he had the authority to burn him.
But there's been so many bad things that happen with the church. That doesn't change anything.
Watch this.
Okay,
give me thou shalt not kill.
Okay,
Watch
that
this.
doesn't change anything because
You said God set up the Christian church.
Yes.
Why did they follow this law that God gave them?
What?
Exodus 20.
Bring it out.
This is one of the first laws God gave his followers, right or wrong?
Wait a second, my father.
Go ahead. I'm still going to read it.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
Wait a minute. The Catholic Church that's set up by God doesn't know that?
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not kill? But in 1492, they came over here to your side of the world. Y'all ran this side of the world and killed y'all by the millions under what? The Catholic Church. But the Bible clearly says what? Thou shalt not kill. You see what I'm saying? So where's the contradiction at? Is it with the Bible or the church?
I'm going with the Bible.
Exactly.
That's
Give me no idols. Give me no other God before thee. This is why this is a problem. Read.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
What's a graven image, brother?
I don't have any images. I don't go by whatever.
I understand that. But a graven image would be this, right?
Yeah.
Is this not in Catholic churches?
I don't go by. I'm not Catholic.
No. But is this not sitting in their church? I'm making a case against the Catholic Church. You said they're of God.
Did I ever say I worship that?
No.
Did I ever say I get on my knees and I pray to that? Or I get on my knees
Jimmy, I don't want you to get upset. This is not what we're trying to do. But what I'm trying to do is speak truth. Regardless of anything, does this image not exist in churches? Yes or no?
Yes. Not exactly. Not that.
Okay,
exactly.
I mean, but it's depictions, different depictions like this. Right or wrong? Look what God said. I'm going off what God said. We prophets. I'm supposed to speak God's words, right or wrong?
But he said to have images of himself.
Where?
I don't believe in it.
I forgot where.
Well, he didn't say that. Watch this.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3.
Watch this.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Jimmy, what's a graven image?
Well, like something that looks like something that you worship.
You're absolutely right. This is on the back wall, on a cross, and I've seen my people bow to that.
You know why we have that?
Why?
Because when we make the Eucharist, we look at that cross and we remember the great sacrifice he did. We don't look at it. We don't look at it, get on our knees and
tell him again. Say it again, brother.
He's no longer on the cross.
He's no longer there. But watch this.
We remember the sacrifice he made.
But listen what the God said, though. Watch this. Read it again.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Any graven image. That would include the cross. You understand we glorify the cross or we look at it as the sacrifice. that was used for capital punishment.
Right.
Under the Roman Empire.
That's right.
Have you seen the Passion of Christ? You saw how he...
And I seen an image that looked like him in the movie, which is going back to read that verse again.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything.
Any likeness of anything. They say this is the likeness of Christ, which is not, but
Where?
it's not.
Where do they say it's the likeness?
It's just not a church.
It's in church.
So they're obviously saying that this is likeness.
Right.
They didn't have to tell you that. They just put a picture up and said, this is him.
We put a picture to remember.
This is not Christ though,
we
brother.
put a picture because the purpose of the Catholic Church is to it's about Jesus. It was made by Jesus.
So why is it not going by the first two principles of Jesus, which said, thou shalt not make any graven image? Let's get it the veil. Get that. Give me Hebrews 10. Let's tell you what the veil is. Now, in order to understand the veil, Jimmy, do you understand the temple that was placed in Jerusalem?
Yeah, the Jewish temple.
The temple of the Jews. Jewish is a made-up word. The temple of the Jews.
Right.
You understand it. So where did that veil divide? Did it divide before Jesus died?
The Jews, I'm not sure. It's the Jews.
Okay. Thank you for being honest. In the temple,
Bring it out.
you know where I want? Give me Day of Atonement. Give me atonement in the Bible. Actually, he's going to say it in Hebrews 10. We're going to read it. The high priest once every year was only able to go behind that veil during the Day of Atonement, where the holiest of holies sits, to make an atonement for him and the rest of the congregation of Israel for their sin. So when you say the veil was torn, that means that was the end of animal sacrifice.
Right.
Because that's what they were doing for atonement of sin. They were sacrificing bulls and goats.
So what do you believe is the atonement of sin?
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
But you're saying the veil was torn as if it meant something different.
The veil was torn. Yes, that means we don't have to sacrifice animals. That means he gave us the sacrament of reconciliation.
And I agree with you, 100%. But watch this. You know what I want? Give me Hebrews 8. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. These are God's chosen people according to the Bible. Not according to the church, according to the Bible. These people on this side fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28, who identify the Israelites. You see yourself on this side, let me know. Are you so-called Mexican? You're not Mexican. That's the name that was put on you by the Catholic Church.
Right. That's right.
But no, I'm not saying that you are, but when the Catholics came and conquered your land, they renamed you. Your real name, according to the Bible, is Issachar.
Okay, let me tell you one thing real quick. A Catholic is someone who loves. These people, they can consider themselves as fake Catholics. They have the name for their own personal purpose.
The slaughter of your people was sanctioned by the Roman Catholic Church in the year 1492.
These people, they were fake Catholics. They assumed that they could use the Catholic Church to their advantage.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. I'm glad you said that. So if the church person themselves wrote the document, the Pope signed the document,
yes,
how does that not make them Catholics?
We're fake Catholics who literally...
But they're the ones that taught you how to be Catholic.
No.
Yes, they were.
The Bible taught me. Paul taught
Where's
me.
the word Catholic in the Bible?
Well, it's not specifically there, but...
It's not there.
Okay, but where's your church?
We're the Israelites. That's all over the Bible.
That's right.
Okay, but... So you don't have the Eucharist, so you don't have anything the Catholic Church has.
Israel united in Christ. You can find that throughout the Bible.
Right.
Okay,
We're not
so
saying
you were created in 2003 as well, right?
Okay, that's an organization.
You want to see where the first mention of the Catholic Church was?
I'm gonna read it to
one of the
you.
saints.
I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay,
Oh, hold on, give me this. Watch this. So we are clear. Both covenants was given to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians only. The first one under Moses and the second one under Christ. And we're going to read it out the Bible. You said since the veil was torn, everybody could be accepted.
Yes.
Let's read the Bible.
Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8.
Again, I'm not giving you my words. This is coming out of the Bible. Read.
For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He had all opportunity to say everybody right there, right?
Right.
Read it again.
Behold, the days come, said the Lord.
Hebrews is after Christ died, resurrected, and went back to the Father, right? Okay.
When I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
He made a new covenant with the house of Israel, read.
And with the house of Judah.
So to make this make sense, because he said Israel twice, basically, you have to know history. And history's not taught in the church normally. So what happened in the time of kings, after Solomon, his son Rehoboam reigned, right after, you see right here, there's a split. You have Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. Then it's split. Then you have Ephraim down to Naphtali. Ephraim and Naphtali became the children of Israel. These three became the children of Judah. They're still all Israelites. There was just a disagreement, and they split. Just like if you had a family member that you was at odds with, you say, you know what, I'm gonna go my way, you go your way. Are y'all still related? Absolutely 100%. Y'all just ain't on the same page. That's the history that's not taught in church.
That's right.
You go to church, they open up the book of Matthew, you're confused because you don't know what's going on. So let's go back to Hebrew. What's going on, bro? I'm glad you stopped. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. Oh, that's your son? Okay, we just reading the Bible. We ain't doing nothing bad to him. Okay, come on. Hey, read it again.
Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
Not according to the covenant that he made with our fathers. That was that first covenant with Moses, where they had to sacrifice animals for the forgiveness of sin. Not like that one.
Okay, but where does he say that he's not going to include the other people?
We're reading it.
Okay, but he never says that he's not going to include any other race.
He just excluded everybody when he just said what he said.
He said he was going to make a new covenant. He didn't say that he wasn't going to include the others.
Read it again. Watch it. Watch. Catch it. Read.
Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8. For finding fault with them.
Finding fault with them. Who's the them?
Everyone.
No. Finding fault with them, the Israelites. Because guess what? What is the name of the book? Hebrews. So the them are the Hebrews.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, so finding fault with them, read.
He said, behold, the days come, said the Lord.
So the Lord is saying it. Saith the Lord, the day has come, read.
When I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
So I'm asking you a question. When in the past did God make a covenant with everybody else prior to that? Nowhere. So he said the day has come that I will make a new covenant. That implies that there was a old covenant. Right or wrong?
That's right.
So that's like your dad saying, you know what, the day's come that I'm going to get you a new bike to replace your old bike.
Bring it out.
Is he going to buy everybody a bike? Because he was talking about you, right? Let's keep reading. Keep reading right there.
Verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
You see that? Not according to the covenant I made with their fathers. What covenant did he make with their fathers? When was that covenant made? Moses, absolutely, 100%.
Right.
You know what you're talking about, bro. You know the history. So he says, not like that covenant I made with their fathers. You see how specific that is? Read.
That I made with their fathers, and the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Did he bring everybody out of Egypt? Who did he bring out of Egypt? The people on the side. These people on the side is who he brought out of Egypt.
That's right.
So that's the context of the conversation. He's going to make a new covenant with those that he brought out of the land of Egypt. Right here. That's how specific you can get. He said, those that I brought out of the land of Egypt. Not everybody came out of Egypt. Therefore, he's not talking to them. Is that how subject matter goes? If I'm having a conversation with y'all, am I talking to them down the street? No. So when I call you Jimmy, is anybody down the street I'm talking to, are they named Jimmy? No. I'm talking to you. So he made it very specific of who he was talking to. This is after Christ died, was buried, resurrected, went back to the Father after the third day. He's explaining what's going on. So why? So nowadays in 2021, you won't be confused. Because these are the prophets of God that wrote this down. Their words are inspired by God, like you said, right? Or are they lying? So if anybody say anything contrary to that, who's lying? The Bible or them? Okay, and before you go, I want your dad to hear this too. How do you know a man is a man of God or not? Is it what they wear? Is it how they talk? What constitutes a man of God? Okay. Is it something he can say he believes? Or he has to show you he believes, right? He has to show it to you. He can't say, I believe in Jesus, and then tell you to do something. Because it doesn't work like that. Anybody can tell you anything. I can tell you a millionaire. Does that make me a millionaire? So a man can say, I'm of God. I'm a godly man. Does that make them a godly man? Absolutely not. In order to tell a godly man, they have to be filtered through the Bible, right? They got to do things that the Bible say do, right? And they got to do not the things the Bible say don't do. Because other than that, are they of God? Just like I'm going to put it in simple terms. If you had a girlfriend and you slapped her every day and you tell her you love her, do you love her?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not showing you.
Okay, so if a man say he's of God and he doesn't show you things that God say do and don't do, how is he a godly man?
Bring it out.
Huh?
He doesn't have to show anything. Why?
No, he has to prove it to you because he told you he was a godly man. Think about it. What I'm saying that to say this. The information that we were taught about this book was taught by people who say they are, but are not. Like you said yourself, Jimmy, those were, you call not Catholics who came over here and slaughtered your people in 1492.
Yeah, fake Catholics.
They're fake Catholics. What made them fake Catholics?
Their evil intentions.
Exactly. They're evil.
That doesn't mean every Catholic is specific.
I didn't say that. But see, they had evil intentions. They had evil in their heart. But how did they come though? Did they come showing their evil up front?
Bring it out.
They disguised it, right?
They use the Catholic Church to invent it.
So how are we not gonna allow that to happen in 2021? By keeping your face in that Bible you got. By reading the words on the page for what they say. Like we just read right here. Can you dispute in Hebrews who that was talking about? Can you dispute it? Can you say he was talking about anybody else but who he was talking to?
Yes.
You can?
Yes, if the Bible is literally everywhere and everyone reads it, then he's talking to everyone.
So everybody came out of Egypt?
No, but this has nothing to do with Egypt.
He just said it.
What did he say?
Read it again. Watch it.
Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
So who is he talking about? Can you get anybody else out of that?
No.
Okay, that's the point.
If the Bible is everywhere, it spreads it everywhere.
You know why the Bible's everywhere?
Bring it out.
Because Israel's everywhere. Watch this. Watch this. Give me Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to prove it to you. Slavery happened whether you're born to believe it or not. We were taken as the so-called African Americans. Y'all was taken as the so-called Hispanics.
Bring it out.
This is history that actually happened. I am not making this up. They're in history books everywhere. So if God is almighty and omnipotent as he is, he will make sure that his word is everywhere they are.
Right.
Because you are spiritually connected to this Bible. You are. That's why we read it. That's why it's in our house the way it is. No other nation has 15 Bibles or name their children the biblical figures in the book, but we do.
Right.
All of that, Jesus, Juan, all of this is biblical names of the Bible. Raul, Jesus, Moses, Ezekiel, we name our children this. Why? Because we're spiritually connected to this.
That's right.
We know it, but it hasn't clicked yet. We've been so indoctrinated, we just can't make that distinguishing that you are literally who the book is talking about. You are who the book is talking about.
That's right.
But we want to include everybody else. Watch this. I'm going to make it very specific. The Bible is going to make it very specific.
So this isn't the whole world. This is just these specific races.
These are the bulk of them. But watch this. There's some of us still in Europe. There's some of us in China. There's some of us in Japan. Because the slave trade happened everywhere. We're going to read it right here out the Bible. 28:15. Read. We're going to read about us getting scattered. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
This is a warning from Moses, telling the children of Israel after they left Egypt, all of us was in attendance. All of us. We don't remember this because it was not told to us. He said curses will happen to you if not keeping his commandments. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not have no other God before me. We did all that. We did all that. And this is what happened. Give me 64. Watch this.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
It was even specific on what kind of gods we serve. The cross, even though you want to say that it's used for us to remember the sacrifice, this is what's inside our brother's face. Look at this. These are your forefathers. They shined the cross in his face before he was burned at a stake.
Right.
Because he wouldn't accept that. Because you know why? He knew what God told him to. Watch this. I'm asking a question. Do you know how the so-called Hispanics made it to this side of the earth? Immigrated. How? Both. You're absolutely right. But when? Nobody told y'all that. You know that's recorded in the Bible, brother? How these people, the Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Mexicans, Guatemalans, all made it over here to this side of the world? This is how we know the book is talking about y'all.
Right.
Give me that. 2 Exodus chapter 13, verse 4.
Bring it out.
What's this? If you understand the Bible, you understand that our people went through slavery after slavery after slavery.
That's right.
That's how we got scattered. First it was Egypt. Then it was Assyria. Then it was Babylonian. Then it was sorry about that. Then it was the Persian Mede. Then it was the Greeks. And then it was by the time you turn the book to Matthew chapter 1 verse 1, the Roman Empire was in power. You understand that? So we were scattered throughout all the Roman provinces. That's how we got scattered. Guess what? We move around now. You got us in Oklahoma, Florida, Mexico, South America, New York. We move around. That's what we do to find a better opportunity.
Bring it out.
You think that's due? You didn't think we did that back then?
There's a lot of things Paul said, but one in specific.
You remember what we read in Romans 9 where he said, I love Jacob, he hated Esau? Did I write that? Or is that in your Bible too? Okay, who said it? Was it Paul that said that? Or was it me?
Paul.
Okay. So you're not fighting against me?
I know, but
Paul is dead and gone. He did his work. He wrote down what you should know. If we might feel some type of way about it, it is what it is. But let me read the historical fact on how your forefathers got here. That's how you know the Bible is talking about
the
y'all. Hold
requirements
on.
for Jesus' church is to be universal.
You think that?
Yes.
If it was supposed to be universal, why did they put y'all in slavery?
Bring it out.
Bring it
What
out!
do you mean, me in slavery?
They put your forefathers in slavery. If it was supposed to be equal and universal and one God and we're supposed to love each other,
To make the new Christians universal.
so I'm asking you again, why did he put the so-called Mexicans in slavery? Is that a Christian thing to do?
No. These
I just want you to see that. I just want you to see that.
In your religion,
I don't have a religion. I don't have one.
whatever
This is the Bible, sir.
yes, the Catholic Church has the Bible as well.
Do they
But
read
in
it?
every other religion, there's fake Christians. There's people who say they are this religion, but they're not.
Okay,
And
you're
this
right.
is what some people in the Catholic Church did. They twisted the Catholic Church to do what they wanted to do.
You know okay, I understand that. I gotta understand one group of people, but they kept y'all in slavery for over 350 years.
Right.
You know how many generations of people that is?
The people in the past.
Okay.
In the past, it didn't say Pope Francis. It didn't say Pope John Paul II put me in slavery. No, it doesn't.
Brother, we got a lot to teach. I don't know we got time. But let me, I'm trying to edify both of y'all. Because there's some history, brother, that you don't know. There's some history you don't know that you might want to research about what happened to your forefathers. I'm going to say that and I'm going to read this. Remember the thought. How did y'all get here? Read that.
2nd Andrews, chapter 13 and verse 40.
What are we reading? We're reading out of the Holy Bible how the so-called Hispanics made it to this landmass that was later named America. Read.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osee the king.
So in time of Osee the king and the kings of the Bible, the northern kingdom, which were the 10 tribes down here from Ephraim down, were taken into slavery by the Assyrians because they started to worship idols. This is biblical. I'm not making this up. This is just giving a quick history lesson to get to the point. Read.
Whom Salmanazar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves.
So the northern kingdom tribes, Ephraim down, took a counsel among themselves after they got out of slavery under the Assyrians and the Babylonians. There was free time because the King Cyrus, under the Persian Medes, freed the Israelites. But 10 tribes, which is Ephraim down, said, you know what, we're going to go somewhere else. Read this.
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Heathen are people outside of Israel. We all agree with that, right? That's what the word heathen mean, right? Okay, read.
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Wait a minute. Where never mankind dwelt. So that means when y'all got here, y'all were the only ones here.
Right.
See, they like to say Christopher Columbus discovered America, but when he got here, who was already here? And you.
Right.
You were here too. Your people was here too. That's what it's.
I wasn't on Guatemala.
Your people were here. Guatemala, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas, they were all here before Christopher Columbus got here. But they give him credit for finding this. Read.
Verse 42, that they might there keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land.
So watch this. You know, I've seen, I go to Mexican restaurants or whatever to eat. Y'all got, y'all like to have the blankets and stuff like that to drape yourselves over. Look down here. You see these down here? Like the tassels that be at the bottom of y'all blankets and stuff? Where did y'all get that from?
Bring it out.
Where'd y'all get it from? Y'all ever wondered that? Y'all got it from a law out the Bible. It said, go into this country where we can keep their own laws. The laws they're referring to are the biblical laws. Let's get that. Give me Numbers 15:38, and we will get back. That's why we're wearing them on our shirt now.
Bring it out.
That's why y'all wore them. So y'all came from that part of the world to this part of the world by the glory of God. God gave y'all this land for y'all. But we're going to get into that later. Read that.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
That's why y'all had them. On y'all ancestral garments, y'all had those. On every ancestral garment that y'all have, y'all had fringes.
Didn't you say clothes have nothing to do with your faith, your belief?
Well, I'm reading something else in the Bible, sir, that says different. Listen to what it says.
You said yourself, it doesn't.
I said what? What I said?
The things you wear doesn't make you a Christian.
What I was trying to point out, sir, was things that people may do to get you to think they're a certain way.
Right.
What I'm reading out the Bible is what God told the children of Israel to do, and correlating historically to why your forefathers did it when they got on this side of the earth. Start from the top. Let's see who told us to put fringes in the border of our garments. Was it man or was it God? That's the point. Read.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses,
The Lord told Moses,
saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generation.
and y'all was keeping that. Said throughout your generations, meaning what? If y'all still having babies, y'all need to still do this.
Right.
So when they came over here thousands of years after y'all got here and seen y'all with the huge pyramid-like structures in Mexico and in Central America, guess what they already assumed when they seen y'all? Y'all wear fringes and y'all build pyramids. Who do you think y'all already are? Who built the pyramids in Egypt?
Egyptians, Aztec.
The Egyptians enslaved us to make them.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
No.
So you say the
don't know
Israelites?
that. They
So
were
the Israelites?
farmers, workers who were working on the pyramid.
So the Israelites weren't slaves to Egypt?
Yes, but we don't know for sure that they
So
were building the pyramid.
you see how huge a pyramid is?
Yes.
You don't think they're gonna have slaves build it?
Maybe some slaves, but there's probably many workers there as well.
Do you know how heavy those bricks are? You don't think that they're gonna have, if they got free labor, you don't think they're gonna use it?
Right. Yes, but they have little wheels and stuff.
So okay, then explain why y'all built them in Mexico. The exact same way.
Bring it out.
Why are the pyramids built in Mexico? Just like the ones in Egypt. Spurt, you tell me. You know.
Maybe they came from there.
Huh?
Maybe they came from there.
Came from where?
Egypt.
So a pyramid got itself up from Egypt and planted itself in Mexico. Then what are you implying? What are you saying? Talk plain to me, Jimmy.
They learned from that. But
They learn. Who is they? They learn from what?
the slaves.
Okay, so the slaves that came from Egypt built the pyramids in Mexico. That's exactly what I'm saying, Jimmy.
Right.
Y'all was those people. That's what I'm saying. This Bible is telling you that. Watch it. Read that part again. Watch this.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generation, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
That's why y'all wore them. Go back. That's why it says we're going to go into a further country to keep our laws. Y'all was wearing fringes to remember you of what? What God said so long ago. So,
But what does a pyramid have to do with?
it's a historical fact to make you identify with these people. Because you're not going to believe my words. You're kind of conflicting with what God's saying now. But I'm proving to you, if a pyramid is in Mexico, built the exact same way it is in Egypt, you have to consider that the people who built it in Egypt built it in Mexico. Meaning, they are the exact same people. That's what we're saying. The chosen people of God, you descend from, Jimmy.
Right.
You descend from, brother. Y'all are of a royal lineage. Moses is y'all relative. Jesus is y'all relative. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Paul, all of them are blood related to y'all.
to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.